Freddie Ravel has used his lifetime of experience with music to formulate a new strategy for improving communication and collaboration called Tune Up to Success. By using musical principles like melody, harmony, and rhythm, Freddie can show your group how each member can clarify the messages they send to others and improve their listening skills and teamwork.
After 30 years of performing in the world of popular and classical music, the idea occurred to me that we could use the same consistent and solid methods of musical communication to empower any organization, in particular a business organization, where the issues of leadership, team building, and active listening could be dramatized in a very unique and powerful way.
There are two problems that arise again and again in virtually every organization that I've spoken for. Number one, finding and retaining top performers. Number two, increasing profits, productivity, and sales. When an organization is tuned up to its purpose, it is no different than an orchestra and a great performance. We're going to discover how the three elements of music, melody, harmony, and rhythm, show up in your personal and professional life.
I think the biggest thing for me, again, is just to pause. When somebody asks a question or they have a comment, to give a little space between their comment and my answer, because like he was saying, that we think much faster than we speak. And what I tend to do is I have the answer all prepared, and then I almost cut the person's statement off before they're done, because I know what they're going to say, but I think it makes them feel less valued, because they're feeling like, well, did he really hear my whole message, or was he just waiting to respond? And that was a very important point for me.
Oh, most importantly, we're a company and a department who's charging, and we certainly have a melody, but my goodness, we have, I think, forgotten at times about harmony and rhythm. And just hearing that message, we could use to hear that every morning before we get started.
Freddie has an amazing ability to touch hearts, and that's what he's here doing. And Tune Up to Success is a way to touch hearts and to help us understand there's so many ways we can communicate better if we just listen. Instead of talking so much, if we just listen, it's all there. It's always been there. But we kind of get messed up a little bit in the day-to-day things that are going on in life, and life gets in the way, and all of a sudden we're not communicating like we could. And Freddie's doing an instrumental, wonderful job of bringing us back to those very basics about how we ought to be interacting with each other.
Today, I'm going to show you ways to become a better listener in your personal and professional life through the metaphor of music. Now, we speak at about 150 words a minute, but our minds go at 600 words a minute. So we have a situation where your listener is thinking 4 times faster than what's being said to them, okay? And often you're saying something to somebody and their minds are way ahead of you. Even before you finish your sentence, they're on to something completely different. There's a saying you may know, we were given 2 ears, but 1 mouth, because God knew that listening was twice as hard as talking. I'd like to update that. We actually need 3 ears. 1 for inner listening, for our own melody, for who we are, our essence. 2, for listening to others, so that we can create harmony. And 3, for listening to the highest call to action, to the rhythm of the moment.
I would have to say harmony and rhythm together were probably the 2 most valuable that I could put together and make work every single day. Everyone, family, friends, networking, and certainly in real estate with clients.
Yeah, the one that we wrote down is that if you ain't got that swing, it don't mean a thing. And we actually added a tagline onto it saying, and we all ladies need to swing together, because we're trying to build a community of women to empower each other by sharing their stories, challenges, and victories.
So many of us know at this point in our lives, we know our own melody. We know pretty much what we're all about, but we're not always listening for other people's melodies. We're not waiting to get them a chance to respond. So I think the timing thing that he talked about is, waiting for the response, really listening to people, being empathetic. That applies to business, it applies to personal relationships. I see it working in the chamber, and I see it working in real estate.
See, in music, it's just a couple little notes that can switch everything. And this carries into active listening and passive listening. Because when you're telling somebody something, you could actually, just by switching the tone of your voice, just in the subtlest way, it means the difference between closing the deal and not closing the deal.
Tune Up to Success also teaches managers how to conduct their orchestra of individual voices into a symphony that works together from the same score. And Freddie delivers his powerful and unique lessons, punctuated with incredible musical performances.
For me, the most powerful, impactful thing is the pause between the music is more powerful than the music. And this is something that hits me because I tend to talk really fast and kind of animated and energetic. And when I met Freddie personally, he shared that message, but when I heard it on stage with the music going with it, it just, boom, it hits you and you get it. And I've been in the personal growth and seminar field for the last 16 years, and I've seen all the big speakers and worked with many of them. And Freddie has a way to get that message so clear that you walk away and you get it. I mean, I've heard the same words, but with the music combined with it, you get it on a cellular level rather than just an intellectual level.
The biggest quote that Freddie said that I wrote down and actually will stay with me is that you can always have a melody even when there's a storm, and you'll always make it through the storm. So I think that's good because there's always chaos in the workplace, even in your regular life. So I think as long as you have that vision that there's always going to be some way through it with melody, then that's great.
Productivity in my workplace is enhanced automatically by the fact that when I listen to Freddie and I hear him speak and how Tune Up to Success really works, it is a whole lot more listening and a whole lot less talking. And the space between the notes and what silence is necessary sometimes. They talk about it in speech, about a pregnant pause, about letting something settle on somebody, letting it land. And I think we're in such a hurry all the time that we don't have a chance to really just let that land and let somebody really absorb it. If we take more time, that's what I'm taking away from this thing.
With endorsements from corporations like Walmart, Panasonic, and First Energy, Tune Up to Success has proven to be an invaluable tool for organizations to enhance communication and cooperation. And the response has been overwhelming.
Wow. Find your own rhythm, find your own power, and then realize how to make subtle nuances of adjustments to tap into the other person's rhythm and their style so that you don't create that harmonic dissonance that he was talking about. That was one of those powerful things when he was showing the disconnect that a lot of us have. And we've all felt that, where you talk to somebody, you could just tell the sync isn't there. And he explained it in such a way that you go, I get it.
Refreshing, inspiring, motivational, and empowering.
Awesome, empowering, and very uplifting, and youthful. I felt like a child. I connected with my child.
And I love the metaphor of music. I just thought it was a wonderful way to pull this message out and really make it hit home for people. It had more impact, I think, that way.
Awesome day. Awesome day. I recommend this to anybody.
Thank you. Thank you, Freddie.
Freddie Ravel is the only #1 charting musician with a live interactive show designed to improve the way we work and live. If you're looking for a dynamic and entertaining presenter that will leave a lasting impression on your audience, book Tune Up to Success today.
Come on, everybody. Thank you very much.